Washington Post today, the headline, Fanny, Freddy decry bill to tax bonuses. Subhead, proposal could put housing recovery programs at risk if employees leave. This is just hilarious. It's sadly hilarious. It is a mess. The Democrat Party has brought us to a mess. We depend on grown-ups to clean up the mess. There aren't any grown-ups anymore. Legislation to severely tax bonuses at companies receiving government aid may imperil the Obama administration's housing recovery program by igniting an exodus of employees from Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, employees at the company said. As a little aside, you employees at Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac threatening to leave, just where in hell are you going to go? Where are you going to go to get another job? Do you realize your entire sector has been demonized? You realize the entire financial sector, the business sector in this country is being scapegoated for this economy? AIG, you name it. Sure, they're culpable, but half of this problem is due to what Congress made these people do. Starting with the illustrious boy president, Bill Clinton. By including Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac in the measure, legislators fueled feelings of fear and betrayal at Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae, where some employees polished their resumes and began to call headhunters who had tried to recruit them in recent months. This silly, stupid, and probably unconstitutional legislation from yesterday could affect hundreds of people at Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. And by the way, what are we supposed to do here? Play the violins? You people of Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, yeah, it's fine when somebody else's ox is being gored. And by the way, what are we going to do with these AIG people? You know what I think we need to do? We need to somehow always know who these people are. Put a giant red A, make them wear a giant red A on every, or some article of clothing every day of their lives. So that these tours, organized by unions, to go harass them at their houses, so the tours will know where to go. So that when you're walking down the street in Manhattan and an AIG employee goes by, you'll know because they're wearing a giant red A on their shirt. And you ought to know who they are, because we ought to be able to give these people hell. We ought to be able to harass these people. We ought to tell these people they're destroying our country. Because that's what the U.S. Congress wants you to believe. So yeah, let's put a giant red A on every AIG employee. And let's put a giant red F on every Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac employee. And screw that, they're not government workers. These are Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, supposedly private sector enterprises owned by the government. Yeah, I know. Oxymoron. The legislation could affect hundreds of people at Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, which are among the largest employers in the Washington area. At Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, where salaries often range from $100,000 to $150,000, retention payments for many people are in the low to mid-5 figures. Many employees lost small fortunes, in some cases life savings, when the government seized the firms and wiped out almost all their shares. And which government did this? It's the Democrat Party doing this. Employees put aside work for a time yesterday to attend meetings focused on the potential impact of the legislation. Workers expressed frustration that they may be penalized for decisions made by derivatives traders at AIG and top executives at banks under some of the legislation being contemplated. You can't keep people motivated if you're going to constantly stress them out, said one employee at Fannie Mae and Freddie. I'll tell you what, I would love to have sympathy for you people. I would love to have sympathy. But where were you when this was happening to AIG? Only when you found out the legislation was going to affect you do you then throw up your hands and say, no, you start acting like a bunch of little babies in the crib. I swear, this is just outrageous, what is happening here. You know, it's hard for me to have any sympathy now for these people at Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. I want to have it. I really do. I really want to have sympathy. But until everybody in this sector realizes what is being done to them and how they are being used, these are not executives we're talking about at Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. The worker bees. The executives got off scot-free at Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. The executives got $90 million in huge houses. The executives are gone. The people that raped those two places are in Fat City. And they are among the protected, beloved class inside the Beltway. And all of this is being done to scapegoat the Democrat Party and the U.S. Congress for the real damage to the U.S. economy. Others in the Obama administration and Congress were not supportive of Fannie Mae's and Freddie Mac's payments. Yada, 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 yada. Barney Frank, President Obama, went into the recording studio. So happy were they at the outcome of events yesterday, this is what they produced.
The polls are pretty bad, Barney. And it hasn't even been 100 days yet. Well, you could go after AIG for their retention bonuses. AIG. AIG. Should I make everyone hate you? Why not? You look so tough. AIG, I'll complain along with you. Blame Bush, Wall Street, blame we were okay with handing bonuses out just a year ago, it's true. And now we'll act like we just found out whether I'm with you. AIG. Retention bonuses? That's crazy. Except my dad to wait. He lied again. Oh, yeah. I just love Broadway. AIG, we knew nothing about you. Tim Gagner, he just told me. AIG, we'll throw them to Cuomo. Where's the cash? How do you plead? He'll call them out in the Empire State, cut them down to 3'2". Up will the chairman, oh boy, I can't wait to point my finger at you know who. AIG, we think that's nice for you. I'm tough, I'm wild, we'll wow the crowd. Hooray for AIG.
Little duet there from Barney Frank and President Obama, parodying a song from the musical Annie. AIG. Something else that I want some of you to think about, and I know that many in this audience, not all, but I know that some of you in this audience are part of the mob. Some of you in this audience, because this audience spans all boundaries. We appeal to all political persuasions, all ideologies, all three sexes, all religions, all non-religions. And I know that some of you in this audience are part of the mob. And some of you listening to me today you're flat out angry at me. Can't believe what you're hearing me say. Because you know the truth. You know AIG stole from you. AIG stole from America. AIG is responsible for the economy. AIG, they're going to pay. They're going to pay. Because President Obama said so. Their bonuses were in the legislation Obama signed and Congress wrote. But, all that aside, something you need to know. The banking crisis is not solved. The Obama bank solvency program has yet to be announced. Timothy Geithner has not yet put forward his plan to bring about two things: the elimination of these toxic assets that are eliminating the second thing that needs to happen, and that is the free flow of credit at market prices.